Biden's open border is killing innocent Americans and must be stopped. And that's the subject of the riff. Illegal immigrants' gotaways now running close to 2 million during the Biden years, that according to congressional sources, plus 7.4 million recorded illegals crossing the border, according to ICE. That's for a total of over 9 million combined. And on top of that, Joe Biden now wants to add a new parole in place for illegal alien spouses. That would be one of the most extensive executive amnesty actions in over 30 years. That, according to our next guest, former DHS Secretary Chad Wolf. This is another example of the Bidens using parole authority extensively and unlawfully. And it would put who knows how many illegals on an expedited path of 3 years to U.S. citizenship so they could vote in the 2028 elections. All this even though there already exists a long-standing process for illegal alien spouses of U.S. citizens to qualify for legal status. Already, they have that. Some estimates of Biden's new actions are about 500,000, but frankly, there's no telling why it won't be an even larger number. And underneath this illegal spousal problem is an incentive for fraudulent marriages, which is really one of the key problems in the first place. And all of this is happening while Mr. Biden claims a pause in the number of migrants crossing the southern border to a daily average of 2,500 over the span of a week. But in fact, that number has already been completely breached. Frankly, no matter what Biden's election year rhetoric, the reality is the southern border is still wide open. In fact, recent reports suggest now the northern border may be wide open, with as many as 3,000 illegals crossing there just in the month of May alone. The country is in an uproar over Biden's illegal immigration. Now, to some extent, it's an economic issue. I mean, employment data suggests that cheap labor illegals who actually work are displacing native-born job opportunities and depressing real wages. But of course, so many of the illegals do not work, and Democratic blue states in particular are forced to pay generously for free food and housing and health care, and all these public services may ultimately wind up crowding out America's long-standing entitlement system. But the greatest tragedies are the sheer criminalities bound up in this immigration nightmare. An El Salvador criminal who was caught and deported 4 times for crimes in the U.S. Before that, he murdered a young woman in El Salvador, and just days ago was alleged to have murdered a young mother of 5 in suburban Maryland. And just this morning, an Ecuadorian migrant arrested after the rape of a 13-year-old girl in broad daylight at a park in Queens. The brutality and savagery of these crimes is beyond comprehension. Brutal gang warfare has come across the southern border into our sanctuary cities, where blue state mayors and governors will not, in most cases, cooperate with border authorities to deport them. And as these human atrocities occur, Joe Biden has the incredible goal to say to the American people that he is actually going to expand his crime-ridden web of illegality and amnesty and his assault on middle-class values and the lives of innocent people. It's no wonder that a recent poll shows 53% of Hispanics favor deportation of illegals. You can just feel the intensity of Americans of all stripes screaming out, for heaven's sakes, stop this madness. And that is my riff.